everyone, welcome to TryDay Friday. I'm Shannon Smith, concept designer at FSJ. And today I've just been thinking about how it's the 31st of August. How did that happen? This month went by so fast. So I thought for fun, maybe we would do something to kind of say goodbye to summer and just kind of enjoy those last few bits of summer. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with our Beach Treasures stamp set and die set. And this is from our RSVP collection. I just love these little fish, or starfish and the seashells. So we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna take my starfish and stamp him. So I'm gonna stamp on our color splash sheets, and these come in a package of 20. You can see, let's see if our camera can pick this up. Yep, you can see that it's quite thick. This is a great weight of paper when you're working with water. It can hold quite a bit of water. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stamp on that, and we'll just use our black licorice. We'll just go ahead and get that guy on there. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use our Color Splash pencils. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with these or not, but these pencils are so much fun. And there's a few different ways you can use them. One way that people sometimes use them is, probably the most common way, is to pool the color. Typically, you'll use a blending brush with this. So a lot of times people will just make a little pool of color just by rubbing your blender brush across the lead of your pencil. But I'm actually fond of another way. So I'm going to go ahead and just directly use my pencils on the image. And I'm just coloring just in little circular patterns, and it's just very random. We're just gonna do little splotches of lots of colors. So I have to ask, are you one of those people who loves summer and is kind of bummed out that it's over? Or are you one of those people who is shouting hallelujah, the cooler weather is coming? Let me know. You can see all these colors seem kind of funny right now, but once we add our blending brush, the water from that will just kind of blend all these colors, and it will make more sense. And I think I'll just kind of show you one of the arms, or legs, whatever, on the starfish they are. So here's where the magic happens with our blender brush. And I'm just gonna tap where I've colored. And you can see all that color just kind of blends in together. We kind of want to have still a little bit of definition between the colors, but so much fun. Look how simple this is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the finished starfish. I did go ahead and color one ahead of time. Oh, and I will show you how to do this background in just a second, but here's our starfish. So let's go ahead and let's do this background next. We are gonna go ahead and take another one of our color splash sheets. And this time, we're going to use some liquid color and actually some splash. We're gonna do a little of a lot of things today. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our folder. I went ahead and took this since I knew we were gonna do a lot of squirting. So we've got our media mister, which is gonna help us out a lot today. And we're gonna go ahead and start off just by wetting our paper down. And now we're gonna take our liquid color, and I'm even going to add a little more water to that. We want to dilute it just a little bit. And I'm gonna take my square paintbrush, and I'm just kind of going in like a rectangular pattern. And now we're just gonna take our color splash sheet and just smush it right in there. And you can see it just kind of gives us a fun smushy pattern in there. And you can actually just, I sometimes just will go get any excess off of there too. I don't like it to be too uniform. So there's the base of what we're doing here. And now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take some of our splash. I'm gonna start with Turbo Till, but first, the key here is that we're gonna use a lot of water today. So I'm gonna go ahead and spritz it down again. And now you can see why I needed this file folder, so I don't make too much of a mess. And I'm just gonna spritz it. And now, we don't want all that color so concentrated, so we're gonna go ahead and, yes, you guessed it, we are going to squirt it again. And now we're gonna add a little bit of our Cool Pool splash. And you can see it's getting pretty runny, and that's okay, because we're actually going to let it run right off. And we'll just spritz it one last time. So now we're just gonna let this kind of run right off of the paper. And you can see that this is something that would have to dry, so I did think ahead. And it's kind of fun, you can see all these fun variances in the color. But we're gonna go ahead and scooch that along and let that dry. And I'll come back to this one. And it's different every time. You can see this one's different than the other one, but it's the same technique. So now we're gonna go ahead and make this into a shaker card. And that, I don't know if you've done this before either, but it is a lot of fun. If you haven't, now is your chance to learn how to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take, we've got this, I actually cut this with our Journey rectangle dies, and I went ahead and cut the same size out of our Clearview sheets, and then I cut a frame as well. So we're gonna just connect our frame to our Clearview sheet with white liner tape. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly get that adhered. All right, so confession time. I think it'd be fun if you guys would either post, just either you can tell us what it is, or you can even post a picture of the last thing you crafted. Was it a card? Was it a project? I'm looking forward to seeing them. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll peel that off. This is our bloom tool. Makes this process so much easier. Almost got it. This white liner tape is awesome, and it is really sticky, so it's really good. But plan on sticking to it. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and lay that across. And now we're ready to fill it up with all of our fun goodies that are going on the inside. So before, when we used to make these shaker cards, I used to do it with foam squares, which work wonderfully, but they do take some time to get all lined up, and there's a bunch of little ones. These are our foam squares. So now we actually have foam tape, which makes shaker cards so much easier. So the easiest way I found to do it, and Kim taught me this, is if you actually put it on some parchment, you can cut it, you can see that this is wider, this is wider, excuse me, than this. So this makes it easier. You can cut them in half. It doesn't stick so much to your scissors if you use the parchment. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut it. And then it doesn't stick to the parchment, so it peels right off, makes this process much quicker and simpler. So we'll just lay that right across and cut off the excess. All right, so let's get that on this last couple of edges. And our last one. So now we've made a barrier. You want to make sure that you don't have any openings on any of the edges for any of your filler to slide through. We're actually cutting it a little close in a couple of spots, so we'll close that up really quick. So we'd want to close in that gap, and this one's a little close, but I think it's okay. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to add our fillers. We've got these fun silver shavings, and just another use for these. And I thought they were fun because they look like sand. So we're going to add our sand, maybe a little bit more. And we're going to add a little bit of sparkle to that with our sparkle cuts. And then just for fun, we'll add a couple of, woo, I forgot I unscrewed the lid. We're going to add a few of our blue skies sequins. So now we've got all of this fun stuff, and you can kind of look and see if it's full enough for your liking. I think ours is okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to peel off our backing on that. And I went ahead and I actually adhered the starfish already to our background, because that's going to go on the inside of our shaker. And then we're going to go ahead and just place this right over the top. And now you can see we've got our shaker ready to go. And another fun thing that we are going to do for this card, that I'm just going to show you the panel, is I actually used our Deco Wall background stamp, and I embossed that with our really pretty new embossing powder, our rose gold. You can see how pretty that is. Let me show you how it kind of shimmers. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm trying to catch the light. I think you can kind of see it. There we go. So pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and show you our finished project. You can see I added some shells, and we've got our sentiment and our little clip. But how much fun that little background can be, and our little our starfish in the background. And it really wasn't hard, especially with that foam tape. That foam tape makes it so easy. Well, I hope that you might be inspired to try a shaker card if you haven't tried it yet. Remember, it is TryDay Friday, so today is a perfect day to do that. And if not, then I hope that you'll be inspired to try something else creative this weekend. And I hope that you enjoy your holiday weekend. And I will see you next time on TryDay Friday.